Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, I got to tell you, every day it's getting closer to the time when I won't be able to go out in open water and fish. Number one, I won't be able to wade. It's going to be so cold. And every day the fish get slower and slower and slower in their responses because they're getting cold. They're freezing down there under the water. But I can't seem to give up. So I want to tell you about the last time I went to try. And I tried to listen to all the things that I say when I come on the radio. I try to be a student of my own lessons. And I thought, well, I've got to select something that's going to come very slowly through the water. I can't use a spinnerbait anymore because it's more of a response type of bait. It's a flash type of thing. It's to move it where it's really vibrating. You got to move it fairly quickly. And so I decided to use a bucktail jig, something that I give action to. If I don't do anything, it'll sit on the bottom like something that is trying to get its bearings. Once you start to, you can either crawl it or jig it up and down and stop it, whatever. But it works well in slower conditions. Well, no matter how I fished the bucktail jig, I really wasn't doing much of anything. And I went to my favorite spots along the St. Lawrence River, the causeways, where I can park the car. I don't have to put my waders or hip boots on, and I can walk down along the broken rock and try to catch a last fish to pay homage to my tremendous desire to be out there fishing. Well, I fished. My fingertips started getting colder, and I wasn't getting any results. And finally, I put a white and yellow bucktail jig about 4 inches long on. I had different colors, and I threw out, and I thought to myself, well, I'll give it a couple more casts. And I threw out, and I felt, oh, I've hooked bottom. But no, it wasn't bottom. It must be the most aggressive northern pike left in the pond because it was my only strike. But I hooked it, and I thought, okay, what have I got? Do I have a bass or a pike? And the fish didn't tell me because of the cold water. It didn't have much fight in it. And I saw this thing kind of rolling out there, and I brought it in. And I thought, well, buddy, you're just like me. My hands are freezing, and your fins are probably freezing, and maybe we both better say good day. I took the hook gingerly out of its mouth. I slowly lowered it back into the water, and it sort of stayed there for a second, thinking, okay, what just happened? And then it took off. And then I put the hook back in the hook keeper, and I took off too. And that's my last day of the season, fishing for northern pike and bass. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.